Now that I've shared most of our curriculum for the school year, you may have noticed I haven't said anything about Gather Round. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you whether or not we're done with Gather Round. As you guys might know, in the past, we pretty well used Gather Round Homeschool unit studies exclusively in our homeschool. It was such a blessing to me as a first-time homeschooling mom to just pick a topic that we thought was fun and exciting and just know that at least the basics of each subject are covered. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any idea where to go and look for curriculum, and it all seemed overwhelming. And I just wanted to keep it very simple and very easy for us at the beginning. And Gather Round certainly provided that for us. Now, this is not to say that we are done with Gather Round. So if you are here for the tea, I don't have any tea to spill, but I do have thoughts to share with you. As I have grown and as I have become more comfortable and more confident in who I am as a homeschooling mom and my child's needs, and I've been exposed to more curriculums and learning styles and things like that, I have realized I can branch out a little bit and it'll be okay. And so this year, I had some very specific things in mind that I wanted to cover, and Gather Round just wasn't going to provide that for us. My daughter really is into animals right now. Gather Round does have some animal units that we could have pulled and we might pull from. But I really wanted to take a longer amount of time to really kind of break those down and keep them simple. And quite honestly, I just wanted to try something else. We have been using Gather Round almost exclusively for 3 years. So I just decided, let's try something a little bit different. But also, the second half of the year was really more of the deciding factor for what we did the first half of the year. And that's mainly because the second half of the year, I want to cover human body. Now, Gather Round does have a human body unit. However, I have heard from multiple people, both on YouTube and Instagram and in the Gather Round app, it's just a very heavy unit because human body can be very heavy, right? And I just didn't feel confident or comfortable that it would provide for us what we needed right now. My daughter still is only in 2nd grade. She will be 8 at the time. And I just didn't want to have to do a lot of pulling things down and editing and you know, skipping areas and things like that. So that was really kind of the deciding factor on, okay, I can't use Gather Round for that. So what else can I use? So I did some looking around and all of that stuff. And I will link the video for you that shares a little bit more about the spine that we're using, but it's God's Design for Life from Master Books. And in that book, it covers plants, animals, and the human body. So once I had nailed down, yeah, I probably want to use this for human body, animals were in there already. So I thought, well, let's just do it for animals first. For the first half of the year, we'll also use it for the second half of the year. So that's how I came to that decision, which means Gather Round really got pushed into the back burner. Now, the second half of the year, when we are studying human body, we will be using the Growing Up with God Level 1 unit from Gather Round, and I had always planned on that. But for the first half of the year, with animals, my daughter really wanted to do vet studies. And so naturally, I went with Campfire Curriculum's vet unit. It's been really fun. It's been really exciting for us. And it's very possible that we actually will throw in some Gather Round units as well. We're only doing unit studies on Fridays, like 1 unit study lesson on Fridays. So it's really just going to depend on how quickly we get through the unit study. Vet is first, we're still working through that. And then how much time is left before we break and then move into the second half of the year. But Gather Round does have some really good animal unit options that we could do that would certainly pair well with the animal studies. It's just my daughter wanted to do veterinarian studies first, so that's what we went with. Also, we have taken a little pause on all of that, and we are actually currently working through the He Has Risen Easter unit study from Gather Round. And we have really missed it, y'all. After just doing the first couple of lessons, I was like, man, I really miss using this. There's just something so sweet about it, and it just feels comfortable, and I know what to expect. It's just because I've used it so much, but we have really, really loved using the Easter unit study, and it's been a nice little break from the rest of the curriculum that we're doing. So that's been a nice little like step back. Let's just do this and math, and then we will get back to kind of our heavier curriculum load once Easter has ended. So we are not completely finished with Gather Round. It just didn't work out that we were going to put our main focus in Gather Round this year. They have had some phenomenal units come out within the last couple of months, and I do have just a smidge of FOMO because who doesn't, right? You see all the things, you're like, man, that looks so great. So I do plan on going back and using some of them. Again, it just didn't work out that way this year. But I do want to include some of the units kind of as we go. It's just gonna depend on what our schedule looks like and kind of how the rest of the year goes. If you have more questions on curriculum, or there are certain curriculums that you're looking at that you're just not sure how they'll fit into your family, be sure to join the Curriculum Week live Q&A session that is happening today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not a member of Made to Homeschool, don't fret. Don't worry, you can still get in today before the live. I will leave the link down in the description for you. You can go ahead and start your free trial, get in, get your questions answered for your curriculum. You also may want to know that our premium member price is going up April 1st. So if you start your free trial now, then you will be locked into the current premium membership price. So it wouldn't be a good time to check out Made to Homeschool. But that is it for today's video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.